I love balls. Ever since I saw House Indie, I've just been bouncing them off walls and catching, bouncing them off walls and catching. And listen, I would take the ball with me wherever I go. To school, to university, to funerals. I would bounce that shit off a coffin, you know, I don't give a fuck. Whenever I can, wherever I can, because physics is fucking cool. Okay, it's cool. There is a certain magic to the way the ball bounces. This sound of it. I mean, just listen to this. Ah, yes. But probably the most importantly, the component of it without which my monkey brain would not be able to enjoy it. It's the brief uncertainty of whether or not you'd be able to catch it. I mean, it's beautiful. But today we are looking at this one specific ball in a tutorial level of Boneworks. I've been playing this game for like 49 minutes, that's it, what the fuck? Well, half an hour of that was spent just bouncing ball off wall, okay? No idea what the game is about, seems pretty cool so far. I would say 10 out of 10, but this isn't a review of Boneworks. This is a review of what it's like to play with balls in Boneworks.
Starting with the size, the tutorial ball is definitely on the larger side. In real life, the ball the size of your palm is preferable due to that feedback you get when catching it. But this is where the VR component of it comes into play. Due to the lack of that feedback and decreased FOV, larger ball begins to make sense as it is much easier to catch. Not only due to it being easier to observe, but also because, unlike in real life, you don't need to worry about ball bouncing off your hand. As long as you press the grab key on time, it will stick to your hand. Sound-wise, it's satisfactory. Woo! I remember being introduced to the idea of procedural audio generation. I think it was the Unreal Engine Matrix presentation, and then later on stuff like 11 Labs generative AI for sound effects. And I remember thinking that would be great, as it's a way to introduce variety to existing sound effects. As that thought enters my mind, I'm hearing like Source engine footsteps in my head. But bouncing this ball off a wall in Boneworks made me realize what I kind of always knew, which is sound variation doesn't really matter that much. Sure, in real life, each bounce generating a unique sound is nice, but it's not such a huge part of overall enjoyment that comes from this activity. And sure, kicking a ball with a hammer does not sound quite like it sounds in real life. Not that I ever did that in real life, but I would imagine it would sound a little bit different.
Hell yeah.
But it's serviceable. An aspect that really stuck out to me was just how much an environment enhances this experience.
Whoa, come on.
In real life, you are usually confined by the size of your room.
No, come on.
But here, you are not constrained by mere reality.
Yes! 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 Fuck you. No! Oh.
You can manipulate things.
Ooh. No! Ouch! Nah!
You can do that.
Oh.
You can throw the ball while riding a rope.
Woo!
You can hit it with a hammer. I also rarely happen upon this sort of slope in real life. And it's great because due to its curvature, ball bounces off it in a straight line up and then bounces back to you. It's incredible. Oh, and there is a perfectly sized trash can.
No way. No way. Oh, hell yeah! Nope. Nope. Come on. Ah. Jump. No. Come on. Come on. No. Is this even possible? Like, come on. Yes! Yes! I
I challenge you to do that. And one final part I want to discuss is telekinesis. You see, in real life, each failure is you necessarily getting up and then going to get the ball and then getting back to your position, and God forbid it ended up in some hard to reach place, like under the couch or wherever. That might discourage you from even continuing. This ball bouncing Boneworks business got me thinking about the risk to reward ratio. Surely the fact that you don't have the risk of the ball bouncing too far or getting stuck in a hard to reach place because you have telekinesis and can always just summon it back makes the reward, which is that feeling you get every time you catch it, less satisfying. But what I've discovered is not really. Like, it's still the same amount of fun catching a ball in Boneworks as it is in real life. Or at least it's close enough. So, you know, some people say that without death there is no meaning to life, but this experience really proved to me that I want to be immortal.
Okay, I did say that this is a review of what it's like to play with balls in Boneworks, and I've talked only about one ball. But so far, every other ball I've encountered is not bouncy. Useless. I don't know if there are any more bouncy balls in Boneworks, but I would give the Boneworks tutorial ball a nice 8.8 out of 10. And I just throw my ball at you. How do you feel about that? Tell me, how do you feel about that?